Okay, let's try this again. Those have been stained in shellacked. These have just been stained. The camera makes it look lighter than they actually are. The pine soaked it right up. I was like really ready for it. The the oak, however, I mean, it looks okay. It'll work. But typically the oak's more resistant to stain, I guess. Anyway, I mean, that detail looked awesome stained. You're probably wondering what's all these little holes here that look like hell. The part you see there is being covered by a washer, and then there's a wood screw that goes in these like the rest of the house. They look like this. So they have a wood screw with a washer around it. That's on all the woodwork here. Oh, that one's loose. Let's tighten that up. Got a bunch of them on the way. Anyway, the window's also done. Or the frame. Which is cool. This all have to be shellacked 3 times. Yes, I'm doing 3 coats of shellac on it. And then you're thinking those are pretty funny looking weight pockets, because they are. They're early. And I've got a whole buttload of them. Or the weight pulley pocket. They look like this. They're stamped steel, I think. They're not cast. But I was having problems finding 8 of them, so I ended up with 40. Yeah, it was a package deal. So, if you need one, let me know. I've got plenty extras. Anyway, it's stinky in here, but it's looking pretty good. And you might ask, why do I have the sides here stained? Why do I bother? Well, eventually, I plan on getting rid of the sheetrock. That's probably a 10-year project. But I want to get rid of the sheetrock, see the condition of the plaster, and if the plaster's in poor condition, I'll pull that off, and I'll put 3/8 drywall on. Or maybe I'll try my hand at plastering. Kind of know how. But the whole reasoning for that is in the future, then I don't have to try to match the stain that I just used on this 10 years ago. You know, see? Because what'll happen is the extensions will go away, and then the drywall or the plaster will come straight up to the edge here, and then you have to worry about it at that point. You have to have a finished edge, because when the trim goes on, you're supposed to leave a 1/4 inch, or not 1/4 inch, like an 1/8 inch gap, so you'll see the edge of the wood. Plus, when you put another piece of wood up to it, and if they don't match, you'll see a little white line where you haven't stained. And that's no bueno in my book. I mean, you saw how hard I had to fight over that door, over that. These were patches of holes they put in them. These are not. These are the wood screws. That's where the stop goes on to. Is right there. And for some reason this side got all jacked up. Got all these little white specks in it. I couldn't get it out with sanding. I couldn't dig them out. I don't know what they are. I'm just gonna have to live with them. Maybe in the future I get adventurous and pull this all apart and really get at it, but I spent probably an hour trying to get those out, and I'm not gonna bother with it. An hour is long enough. If they really bother me, they're not. I could probably fill them in with the filler, but it's going to look goofy. So you got to wait, you know, does it look goofy this way, or does it look goofy with a filler? And honestly, I think that's where someone went a little wild with a hammer. I had to replace the top piece here because there's a wing in it from when someone tried to pry the top sash open. And that wing is still in the top sash. All these little cracks here. That's a good one. Where they were trying to pry down the top sash. Probably all they had to do is, well, basically what had happened, I think, when that happened, they had nailed it shut. There's a nail, and they were trying to pull the top sash down to take care of the nail. Me, I would have just went out on the other side and pulled the freaking nail instead of destroying your window. You're probably asking why I didn't do it all the way around, because this is all painted surface. And that's why this part isn't stained, because that's all painted surface. So this side of the bead will be painted. This whole channel will be painted, and then all that'll be painted. Whereas up there is where the sash normally resides. So when you pull the window down to do whatever, you're going to see that edge. It's not real nice. Man, that camera makes that look 100,000 times worse. But it's all paint. And this is all divots. So I decided, well, I'd rather have full than not have a little divots there from when they were prying on it. If I have to, I got the stain. I can go back and restain it when I strip it. But anyway, rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for following the channel, and thanks for following the Facebook page.